The lawyer's voice cracked like dry thunder in the packed drawing room. To my grandson Alexander Thorne, I leave controlling interest in Thorne Industries, on condition he marries a woman of suitable standing within 6 months. Alexander froze mid-breath. The room erupted. His father slammed a fist on the mahogany table. His mother gasped, hand flying to pearls. Cousins whispered furiously. But Alex only heard the blood roaring in his ears. He stared at the portrait of his late grandfather above the fireplace. The old man who'd built an empire from nothing, who'd always called Alex my boy with steel in his spine. That steel felt like ice now. He'd known this day might come. Whispers about the will had circulated for months since grandfather's death. But hearing it aloud, in front of everyone, with the explicit conditions spelled out, no room for interpretation, hit like a betrayal from beyond the grave. Alex was 31, CEO of Thorne Industries for 2 years already, steering it through turbulent markets with quiet precision. Everyone assumed he'd inherit freely. Everyone except grandfather, apparently. The lawyer cleared his throat. There's more. If the condition isn't met, the shares revert to the family trust, distributed equally among the other heirs. Alex's uncle Victor smiled thinly from across the room. Victor, who'd always resented Alex's fast rise. Victor, who had a son ready to step in. The room's eyes darted between them. Alex forced his voice steady. May I see the document? The lawyer slid across. Alex scanned the clauses. Ironclad. Grandfather's signature bold at the bottom. No loopholes. His phone buzzed in his pocket. He ignored it. He knew who it was. Later, after the family dispersed in a storm of accusations and congratulation for the lucky alternatives, Alex slipped out to the garden terrace. The New York autumn air bit sharp. City lights glittered below the estate's hill like distant stars mocking him. He pulled out his phone. 3 missed calls from Daniel. He texted instead, "Need to talk." "Now." Daniel replied instantly, "My place." Doors open. Alex drove through Manhattan in silence, the city blurring past. Daniel's apartment in Chelsea was small, warm, filled with books and plants. Nothing like the cold marble of the Thorne mansion. Daniel opened the door shirtless, hair tousled from sleep. "You look like hell." Alex stepped inside, closed the door, and leaned against it. He did it. The will. Marriage to a woman, or I lose everything. Daniel's face didn't change much. He'd suspected. They'd been together for years, quietly, carefully. No public photos, no joint accounts. Alex had always said the company came first. Daniel had accepted it. Mostly. "So what now?" Daniel asked, voice low. Alex laughed bitterly. "I don't know. Grandfather knew. He must have. All those dinners where he asked if I was seeing anyone special. I lied. Every time." Daniel crossed arms. "He was testing you. Or punishing me." Alex sank onto the couch. "I built that company. I pulled it out of the red after the recession. And now it's leverage." Daniel sat beside him, not touching. "You could fight it. Contest the will. Undue influence or something." Grandfather was sharp until the end. No dementia. No leverage. It's airtight. Silence stretched. Daniel finally spoke. "And us." Alex met his eyes. Daniel's were steady, hurt hidden behind calm. "I don't want to lose you. But you might lose the empire if you don't." Alex rubbed his face. "I need time. A few weeks. Let the shock die down. Maybe find a way." Daniel nodded slowly. "Okay. But don't disappear on me, Alex. Not again." They didn't kiss goodnight. Daniel walked him to the door. Alex paused on the threshold. "I love you," he said quietly. Daniel's smile was small, sad. "I know. Go home, CEO." Alex drove back to his Upper East Side penthouse alone. The city felt colder. The next morning, headlines hit. Thorne Air faces marriage clause in bombshell will. Tabloids speculated wildly. Eligible women were already being named, daughters of rival CEOs, socialites, politicians' kids. His assistant forwarded interview requests. Board members called for emergency clarification. Alex scheduled a press conference for Friday. He needed to project control. But inside, everything cracked. He met his mother for lunch at La Bernardine. She arrived in Chanel, eyes red-rimmed. "Darling, she said, kissing both cheeks. Your grandfather loved you. This is his way of ensuring continuity. Family. Legacy. Alex stirred his soup without eating. Legacy built on lies? She flinched. Not lies. Expectations. You're young. You'll meet someone. Elena Vasquez. Her father owns half the shipping lanes in the Gulf. Beautiful girl. Smart. Alex set down a spoon. Mom, I'm gay. The word landed like a stone in still water. She stared, then laughed nervously. Don't be ridiculous. You've dated women. That model last year. That was PR. For the company. Her face crumpled. Alexander, please, think of the family. The board. The employees. Thousands depend on Thorn Industries. And I depend on being honest with myself. She reached for his hand. Give it time. Marry someone suitable. You can have arrangements. Discreetly, Alex pulled away. No, she whispered. Then you'll lose everything your grandfather built. For what? A phase. He stood. It's not a phase. And it's not your choice. He left her crying softly at the table. That night, he called Daniel. No answer. Text, busy. Talk tomorrow? Alex stared at the screen. Tomorrow felt too far. The press conference was packed. Cameras flashed. Alex stood at the podium in a charcoal suit, tie knotted perfectly. He looked every inch the unflappable CEO. Good afternoon. As you know, my grandfather's will contains a conditional clause regarding my inheritance of controlling shares in Thorn Industries. I want to address this directly. Reporters leaned forward. I respect my grandfather's intentions. He built this company on family values and continuity. However, I will not allow personal conditions to dictate corporate governance. I am exploring all legal options to challenge the clause on grounds of public policy and undue restriction. Murmurs rippled. A reporter shouted, Does that mean you're refusing to marry? Alex met the lens. It means I'm refusing to let antiquated expectations control a modern company. Thorn Industries will continue under my leadership. The board supports this. He didn't mention the board was split, or that Victor was already rallying votes. Questions flew. He answered calmly, deflecting personal ones. When it ended, he walked off stage to applause from some, glares from others. In the green room, his lawyer waited. That was bold, but the clause stands until contested in court. Could take years. Alex nodded. By time, he drove to Daniel's. This time, Daniel opened the door fully dressed, expression guarded. You went public, Daniel said, without talking to me first. I had to. The headlines were already speculating. Better to control the narrative. Daniel closed the door. And what about our narrative? You just told the world you're fighting the marriage clause. But you didn't say why. Not really. Alex stepped closer. I said it indirectly. Public policy. Personal freedom. Daniel shook his head. That's corporate speak, not truth. What do you want? For me to come out on live TV? Destroy the stock price? Give Victor the opening he needs? Daniel's voice rose. I want you to choose. Not hedge. Not strategize. Choose me or the company. Alex felt the floor tilt. It's not that simple. It is. You either live honestly or you don't. Silence. Daniel continued softer. I waited 4 years, Alex. For years of being your secret. I thought when you took over as CEO, things would change. You'd come out. We'd build something real. But you're still hiding. I'm protecting us. If the board ousts me, then we start over. Together. Without the empire. Alex laughed hollowly. You don't understand. This isn't just money. It's thousands of jobs. Pensions. Communities. My grandfather's legacy. And what about your legacy? Who are you when a suit comes off? Alex had no answer. Daniel sighed. I need space. Go home, Alex. Alex left. The drive felt endless. Days blurred. Board meetings. Lawyers. PR spins. His mother called daily, pleading. His father sent one text, disappointing. Victor called too. Cousin, let's talk. Perhaps a compromise. You step aside gracefully. I ensure your lifestyle is funded privately. Alex hung up. He started running in Central Park at dawn, miles to clear his head. He thought about grandfather, how the old man had taken him fishing as a kid, taught him to read balance sheets at 12. Never once asked about girlfriends. but the will said everything. One morning, he ran into Elena Vasquez. Literally, she was jogging the same path, earbuds in. They collided near the Bethesda fountain. Sorry, she laughed, steadying him. You okay? Alex recognized her from photos. Tall, dark hair, easy smile. Yeah, my fault. She tilted head. You're Alexander Thorne, the wool guy. He winced. Guilty. She shrugged. My dad mentioned it. Said your grandfather was old school. Understatement. They walked a bit. She was funny sharp. No nonsense. Look, if you're wondering, no, I'm not here to propose. My dad wants the merger. I want to run my own gallery in Brooklyn. We're both pawns. Alex smiled despite himself. Nice to meet another pawn. They exchanged numbers. Not romantically. Just human contact. That night, he texted Daniel. Miss you. Can we talk? No reply. Weeks passed. The court challenge crawled. Stock dipped slightly but stabilized. Alex worked 18-hour days. Exhaustion became normal. Elena texted occasionally. Coffee. Art shows. She became a friend, someone who understood pressure without judgment. Daniel remained silent. Then, one evening, Alex's phone rang. Unknown number. Mr. Thorne? This is Marcus Reed, your grandfather's former driver. Alex frowned. Yes. Your grandfather asked me to give you something. After the will reading, I waited until things settled. What is it? A letter and a key to a safe deposit box. He said only you should have it. Alex met Marcus at a midtown bank the next day. The box contained a leather journal and an envelope. The journal was grandfather's handwriting. Entries from years ago. Alex opened to the last page. My boy, if you're reading this, I'm gone and you've heard the condition. I know you're gay. I've known since you were 16, the way you looked at that summer intern. I never said because I was afraid. Afraid of losing you. Afraid of what people would say. I built walls around this family. Hard ones. I thought they protected us. They didn't. They imprisoned. I'm sorry. The clause isn't punishment. It's a push. Marry if you must for the company. But don't hide forever. Find someone who makes you brave. If you choose truth over empire, I'll be proud. The company can rebuild. You can't. There's a second clause, hidden in codicil. If you come out publicly within 1 year of my death, the shares vest unconditionally. No marriage required. I had the lawyers bury it. Only you, and they know. Alex stared. Heart pounding. Grandfather had given him an out. A real one. But 1 year. The clock had started months ago. He had weeks left. He drove to Daniel's, journal in hand. Daniel opened the door, surprised. Alex. Alex held up the journal. Read this. Daniel scanned. His eyes widened at the end. He knew, Daniel whispered. And he gave me away, but I have to come out. Publicly. Before the deadline. Daniel looked up. Will you? Alex took a breath. Yes, but not for the shares. For me. For us. Daniel stepped aside. Come in. They talked until dawn. No promises. Just honesty. Alex scheduled another press conference. This time, no suit armor. Just him. The room was fuller than last time. Cameras ready. Alex stood at the podium. No notes. Thank you for coming. Today isn't about business. It's about me. He paused. I'm gay. Gasps. Flashes intensified. I've been in a relationship with a man for 4 years. His name is Daniel. He's kind, brilliant, and patient beyond reason. I kept him hidden because I was afraid of losing the company, my family, respect. But fear isn't leadership, and it's not living. He looked straight into cameras. My grandfathers will had a condition. Marry a woman or lose control. But he left a second path. Come out publicly, and the shares are mine unconditionally. He knew who I was, and he loved me anyway. Murmurs grew. I choose truth, not because of shares, but because hiding almost cost me everything that matters. Daniel, if you're watching, I'm sorry it took so long. I love you. He stepped back. Questions exploded. He answered a few, calm, honest, then left. Outside, chaos. Reporters surged. Security pushed through. His phone buzzed nonstop. Daniel's text. I'm here. Outside. Black jacket. Alex spotted him across the street. Daniel smiled, real wide. They met halfway. No kiss. Not yet. Just a tight hug amid flashing lights. You did it, Daniel said. We did. The fallout came fast. Board emergency meeting. Victor furious. This is a PR disaster. But the stock? It rose. Investors called it bold leadership. Younger shareholders cheered. His mother called crying. Not angry. I'm proud. Scared. But proud. His father texted, dinner soon. Bring Daniel. Elena texted, knew you had it in you. Gallery opening next week. Both invited. Victor tried a coup. Failed. Shareholders sided with Alex. But the real work was inside. Alex and Daniel moved in together. Slowly. A brownstone in Brooklyn. Quiet street. Plants on windowsills. They argued sometimes about money, about past hurts. But they talked through it. Alex started therapy. Daniel joined sometimes. One night, months later, Alex woke from a dream. Grandfather smiling, fishing rod in hand. He slipped out to the living room. Opened the journal again. Thank you, he whispered. A year after the press conference, Thorne Industries thrived. Alex led with new energy, diversity initiatives, work-life balance policies. The company became known for more than profit. Family gatherings were awkward at first. His mother tried too hard, asking Daniel about recipes, hobbies. His father mostly listened. Cousins varied, some distant, some curious. Victor sold his shares, moved to Florida, bitter but gone. Alex proposed to Daniel on a quiet beach in Maine. No cameras, just them, waves, and a simple ring. Daniel said yes. Wedding was small, Brooklyn rooftop, close friends, family who showed up. Elena toasted. His mother cried happy tears. They honeymooned in Iceland, northern lights, hot springs, no schedule. Back home, life settled. Work, love, ordinary days. But Alex never forgot the cost. The nights doubting, the hurt in Daniel's eyes. He spoke at LGBTQ plus events sometimes. Quietly, about family, legacy, choosing yourself. One evening, walking home from dinner, Daniel took his hand. Regrets? Daniel asked. Alex squeezed. Only that I waited so long. Daniel smiled. We got here. Yes, they did. Years later, Alex stood at grandfather's grave. Daniel beside him. A small bouquet of white roses. The stone read, Harold Thorne, builder of empires, father, grandfather. Alex placed the flowers down. You were right, he said softly. Truth over empire. Wind rustled leaves. Daniel touched his shoulder. Ready? Alex nodded. They walked back to the car, hands linked. Life continued. Meetings, laughter, quiet nights. Challenges arose. Market dips, family tensions, ordinary fights. But they faced them together. Alex never forgot the boy who'd hidden, or the man who'd finally stepped into light. And in that light, he found not just love, but himself. Personal reflection. This story isn't about grand empires or dramatic wills. It's about the quiet violence of hiding who you are to keep love from those who should give it freely. Too many still carry that weight, trading authenticity for acceptance that never fully arrives. Yet when someone chooses truth, even at great cost, the world doesn't end. It cracks open. Families bend or break, but the self rebuilds stronger. Love, real love, waits on the other side. Not as reward, but as home. If there's a lesson, it's simple. Hiding protects nothing worth keeping. Step into the light. The view is worth every scar.